Please come, sir. You know her, right? Do you know her name? You don't know her name. Okay, please. Please. No, sir. No, sir, who? Sorry. You heard her, right? So everything that has to do with this lab is under her jurisdiction. Am I communicating? What it means is that you don't enter here or do anything here without her what? Permission. Very important. It's for orderliness. And any material you want to work with, you must collect it from her and sign. If you return it, you sign appropriately. Is that clear? If you get damaged, sorry, whatever the school wants you to do, you do. Is that clear? So you need to be responsible now. Why we want you to be trained now is no longer business as usual. You know you are now in higher. Soon you write your council exam, and you go outside now to start working. So that is the more reason why I am repeating what I assume you were taught. I wasn't the one that handled the course, but I believe that they taught you all these things. I'm telling you to remind you again, so you know how to appear when you are working in the laboratory. So we are still talking about the course BDP 331 Basic Dispensing Practical 4. So I will repeat what we are told in your BDP 231 and also in your, I believe you are told, because it's your curriculum, you have BDP 231 and your BDT 151, especially 151. I believe you are familiar with what you are working with, the materials, starting from the equipments. You know them at least. In our class, I believe you, from the way you were answering questions, shows that if you see all those things, you can identify. What is this? Okay, it's even written on itself. So you should know that one, right? That's the water bath we've been talking about, right? So you know how to make use of this weighing balance, right? The electronic one. Do you know how to make use of the triple beam one? No, sir? Is there triple beam balance here? Triple beam. Is there another one apart from this electronic? Yes. Let me see. So let's see the balance we have here. But you know how to make use of this one, right? Good. So anyway, I will see what I'll watch you do it. Let me know. So the point I'm making is that. Yeah, good afternoon.
I need to check.
Students, she came to check. All right, let's continue, please. Near students, let's continue. Okay. Is something I thought is that the only one there?
Yes.
Okay, it's okay. Maybe I will have to. Okay, give me that one there. Let me see whether it's okay. Come, give me that balance there. Sitting there. That's the triple beam balance. No.
This one.
No. That's the triple beam balance. No. Yes. That's the triple beam balance. Keep it here. That's the triple beam balance. Okay, it's no longer. Let me see. It's no longer working. So if you hear triple beam balance, this is triple beam balance. Is that clear? Yeah. Because it will be somehow if you get out of here or go and start working and they're not making use of the electronic balance and the static group, you'll be looking at it as if it's a masquerade. So this is the triple beam balance. Not every establishment make use of this one, even though this one is gradually taken over, but some still make use of this one. This one is just more sensitive than this, but this is very, very good beam balance. How do you mean it's still working? Once I shift this thing, okay, let me see. It will come up. What I will do is this. Maybe I will, if I do anything here now. Okay, I will say to talk about it. Let me go through what we have. Then, maybe after talking about it, because we cannot actually weigh with it now because it's not in good shape. Maybe after I may give you a video link on that, on how to make use of it, so that you learn it too. Is it clear? Good. I've told you about cleanliness, right? So you should ensure that starting from you, where is your lab coat? Remove every bag from the workplace, please. Keep it by the side. Only your writing material I want to see. Keep it by the side, please. Okay, so I say that you should be clean and neat. Hope you know the difference between cleanliness and neatness. Are they the same thing? Who can differentiate between cleanliness and neatness? Nobody. Who? If you look at me now, let me use this lab coat as an example now. I may wash this lab coat, wash it sparkling white. Maybe there's no power in my house, or I don't have pressing iron, and I end up not pressing it, or I kept it somewhere, it got folded. I was rushing out to come to school. I just came with it like that, rumpled. I'm clean. If I wear it, I'm clean, right? But I'm not what? Neat. You may walk here now. You see here now, this place is clean, but it's not neat. Are you aware? This desk now is not neat, but it's clean. If it's neat, things will be well arranged the way they should be. Things are scattered here now. It's not neat, but it's clean. So someone can actually clean a room, but that room is not neat. The person may see pots on the floor at the center of the room, broom at the center, bed spread. He may just shoot it and sweep the whole place, remove the cobwebs, but that room is not what? Neat. So the room becomes neat where you now put everything, button your lab coat, please. Hello? Button your lab coat. You keep things where they should be neatly arranged. Then you say that the place is what? Clean and what? Neat. So the lab, wherever you work, whenever you come to lab, at the end of your work, ensure that everywhere is what? Clean and what? Neat. You don't leave it for Nusa to do. Am I communicating? Because that is where you work. That's why you are giving, each group we have it has its own what? Stand. That's where you stay, or workspace, or desk area. So even the balance you are working with, all the equipment, you should what? Keep them what? Clean. Is that clear? Now, I believe you've been doing that. Because in this course, you have your exam. The exam is 70%. Your work is 30%. Your CA is what? 30%. Am I communicating? So if your CA is 30%, what it means is that everything you are going to do here, from your attendance to practicals, one has its own mark. Then if you come to practical, what you do when practical is going on, if you participate actively, you have your full mark for participating. If you don't participate actively, you'll be losing mark. So any place you work, if you leave your work area unkept, you are losing mark. At the end of the whole thing, if you submit your product Of course, you sign. If you submit, you sign that you submitted. Is that clear? If you submit your product will be scored. It has its own what? Mark. And at the end of the whole thing, if you now get your report has its own mark. So this is what we'll be doing from time to time until the end of the semester. Everything will come together as what? 30%. So you must be up and doing. Am I communicating? It's not business what? As usual. You must be up and doing. And at the same time, you, before each practical, I'll give you what we are going to do for the next practical. You read what? Ahead. Go through the theory, even though yes, we'll say one or two things about the theory, but know what the practical you are coming to do what? To do. So that when some things are being mentioned, you know exactly what we are talking about. Even if you don't have theoretical background of what you are doing in practical, you are just wasting your time because you don't even know what you are doing. True of us, and reason why you are doing that, you may even make mistakes while working because you don't even know exactly what you are trying to do. So what I'm saying in essence is that the day you do your practical, let whatever we are going to say, the ingredients we are going to use, let them not be new to your what? Ear. That's what I'm making. Know about them, research about them, research about what each of the ingredients in that particular product is doing in that what? Product. No ingredient in a product is there for fans, for jokes. There's a particular rule, whether active ingredient or excipient is playing in that word formulation. Are we together? Of course, you should know that you don't just if you collect any material, any ingredient, the excess one, anyone that is necessary. Of course, there shouldn't even be excess if you measure properly or weighed properly. True of us, good. But if let's assume there's an excess, don't go and return it to the what? To the stock bottle, or where you got, maybe you have powder, or maybe what is it called, a liquid ingredient. You don't go and start pouring it back because you may end up contaminating the one in the stock. Are we together? Very important. In as much as you'll be in group of threes, everybody must do something, because I'll be here watching you. Everybody must do something in the practical. You don't just fold your arm and I'm looking at one person to be what? Working. Responsibility must be what? Shared. Am I communicating? Very important. Of course, I'm not happy. Anyway, let me assume that you're waiting for me to come to your class like yesterday. But please, today henceforth, once it's time for your lab, for your practical, come settle. I will be here. Unless if anything at all, I'll make me not to come that day. I will always communicate. Once you don't see my message, just know that I'm here. I will be here waiting for you. Just come downstairs, please. You should be in lab before 12:30, not 1 o'clock. Am I communicating? Very important. Please. Of course, you know that after the lab practical, you have no business entering here to do anything. You have no business, except if I authorize you. Maybe there's something I know I am aware that you want to come and do. That one is a different not together. I've thought about your dressing. Dress professionally. If you're entering lab, you wear your headgear. You know the reason why you wear headgear? You know compounding is the same thing as cooking. Are you aware? That's why any pharmacist professional that doesn't know how to cook, you rarely see a pharmacy professional that doesn't know how to cook, unless the person doesn't want to cook. You know the difference between doesn't know how to cook and doesn't want to cook. Because the drug medicine you're compounding is cooking. You're actually cooking. Just the same way you cover your hair. Professional chefs, you cover your hair, right? Yes. Dress properly. Wear your what? Your apron, right? Yes. Even glove. Very important. This is how you should appear in the lab. You cover your hair because hair strand. If you are the one that if you go to buy suspension for yourself or for somebody, only for you to get that suspension and you see hair strand in that product, will you buy that product again? You will not buy the product. You'll be angry. True of us. So, and you may say, what you are doing here, we are actually doing something, even though yes, you are not taking the medicine, but by that, you if truly you know what you are doing, the ingredient, even though yes, the what you are working with, you should be able to make use of it. That's what it should be. But if you have the mindset, let's just do it anyhow, no. If you're doing it anyhow, that means you won't even know when it becomes part of you. That you may even go into a serious environment and you, in your subconscious mind, you start acting the way you were acting when you were here. It's natural. You won't even know when you go to lab to compound the room without dressing properly. So these things are very important. So you cover your hair. By right, you should even wear safety goggles because some splash, error can come up. In as much as we are preparing drug, there are some of them you take, right? Some of them you take externally, internally, right? A splash can occur and they enter your eyes. Like place, somebody will start going blind because they are not supposed to enter the eye. True of course. So that is the safety measure that you should wear your what? Eye goggle. Not the one that is properly fitted, covered to avoid what? Splash. You may say it's nothing, but it's something. You wouldn't know when you wouldn't know. Nobody prays for that, but you wouldn't know. It may happen. Am I communicating? In as much as what I'm telling you now is standard everywhere, anywhere you go. So that when you see yourself in a more standard lab, you know the right thing to do what to do. Are we together? Very important. Okay. So of course, good. You are wearing your lab coat. Wonderful. Then of course you are aware of your shoes, your footwear should be covered, right? The toes, the heels should be well covered. Well covered. You don't wear sandals. Because it's what is it called? Spill. If there's spill, it can get to you. It can injure you. True of us? Yes. Of course, some of you entered without your lab coat properly buttoned. You may be in the lab without your lab coat properly buttoned. The wares, the glass wares and the chemicals on your work area, someone may be passing, or even yourself, the flank of the this thing may do what? Pack everything. One, you waste the ingredient, break what? Wares. Of course, you know what it means. You pay, right? Unprepared expenses, right? Good. Then, secondly, the most important one is that you don't know the nature of the chemical, what you're working with. It can injure you, right? The chemical and the splash can injure you. Please silence your phone, please. Even the glasswares, piece of glasswares can get you injured or another person by your side. True of course. So dress properly, well buttoned. Very important. So your headgear, very important. I won't allow you to enter your next week without your headgear. Of course, here is not where people smoke. I don't think that one is too open. Nobody can enter here and start smoking. Of course, now you know how to do your labeling, right? Your work should be properly what? Labeled. So anyway, I'll see what you do. Let me see how you do labeling, so that I'll know where to start from. All right. So now, you are supposed to come with You know what a paper towel is? Have you heard of the term paper towel? We have not. Okay. So you should be in the lab with your paper towel. Of course, you have the lab coat. You should be in lab with your after. I've mentioned almost all these things. Then clean towel. There should be napkin. I don't know. I was told that. I'll find out whether I confirm whether it's true. But you don't wait for school to do everything for you. Am I communicating? Okay, you pay for what? What do you pay for? Let me understand. Talk now. You pay for what?
All those angles.
Okay, you pay for it. They outline it as what you are paying for. So what are talking about? Let me understand.
Sir,
Yes.
pay for lab separately. 30,000. Lab, ICT, and See. Are you with me? Listen to me clearly. Listen to me clearly. So throughout your first second year, what were you using to clean your desk, your workplace, your bare hand? Okay, you pick anyone you see. yes, sir.
So how do you now, if you pour on your, what do you now use to clean your your container before labeling? Maybe as you fill it.
Just rinse and rub it so I can dry it.
No. You know after preparing now, you transfer your product. You transfer your product. Wait. You transfer your product in your container, right? And close properly, right? So after that, now maybe there's possibility of spill on the there's possibility of it before. So how do you now clean it before you place your label? See, everything is not joke. We're not playing here. Okay, you start dragging who will finish first before you use.
Everybody has.
Everybody has.
Each bench.
Who gives you?
We bring
Who?
the next one. Sometimes people bring.
So what do you use to calibrate your containers? What? I'm listening. Masking tape. Okay, school also provide masking tape for you. See that you paid for your lab. See, there are things school will also provide Google for you. Listen, what you are paying for is not Google, it's not hand. What is it called? It's not all those things you are paying for. I ask you a question now. If you are paying in fact, let me even tell you, in case you don't know, if you fold your arms and waiting for school, you're not helping yourself. If you fold your arms and waiting for school to be, because you pay 30K, you fold your arms and waiting for school to do, you do what it takes to learn and leave this place and go your way. Grab anything you can do within your limits, within your distance, grab it and go your way. This is not primary school or this private, they will do everything for you. Am I communicating? So if you vote and you say I paid and school, if I come here, you're not ready to work, I'll turn and go. You would be there and be saying school. Your time will what? Be going. Am I communicating? Good. So my own is to tell you what I need you in this lab. If you think you paid school, then you go to management and school for go and tell management that you paid for it. My duty is that if you're not properly dressed for my lab, I will send you out. That's my duty.
So whatever you paid for, I don't know what you paid for. Go and liaise with the payment you made. If you want to go and do breakdown with where you made payment and go and demand for hand. But in my class, in my lab here, if you're not with what you should be with, you will not be in the lab. Am I communicating? So I don't know what you paid for. So if you're not ready for the practical, I'll send you out. So we will not sit there and be debating. I paid for hand towel, we paid for hand glove, and time we go, Are we together? You have union or whatever you have. You have a group organization. There's HOD. You have class rep. If you think school should provide this for you through your class rep, you go and speak to the HOD. It's not true. So my duty is not to come here and be pointing out the one you paid for and the one you didn't pay for. That was why I asked you, what is the breakdown of what you paid for? You couldn't tell me the breakdown of what you paid for. Then if there's a breakdown, give me the receipt of that breakdown. Then I'll look at it. If I look at it, if it makes sense to me, then I'll understand. I personally say will champion it. But if there's no breakdown of what you paid for, how can you tell me that you pay for hand towel because you paid? It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. Please, I beg you, it makes no sense. No, you pay for school fees, right? You got to one and say that school should give you notebook because you paid school fees. No, you not go and buy notebook for your class and pen. You come to class and say, I pay school fees. And you stay. Makes no sense now. There are some things you should. Okay, please, let's do the needful, please. Your headgear, your whatever, all these things I have listed, please come with them next class, so that when you start the practical, so that headgear is not expensive, right? You can buy, you can get as low as even, it's not expensive. Just what will cover your hair. Your hair should not be exposed when you are walking. Okay. So another point I want to make is that okay. Who is Sussex? Not here. Okay. Okay. So in your the first topic I want we'll look at is your we'll look at your emotion. That's where we'll start. Are we together? We'll start from emotion. Of course, you did emotion as a topic in your first semester BDT second year BDT 251. I think so. No, first semester. No, that should be second semester. BDT 252. That should be, according to the curriculum, that should be your second semester work. 252.
So that is the practical. We are going to produce what? Emulsion. Are we together? We are together, right? Yes. I dropped a link and in your when you did emulsion, did you do any calculation there?
No.
We are thought about primary emulsion and the ratio of, okay, you know about classes of oil, right? Volatile oil, volatile oil, right? And fixed.
Yes, sir.
Fixed oil. Example of fixed oil is what? Huh?
Code without it.
Are you sure?
Olive oil.
Hey, wahala. It's all right. It's all right. So that's why we are here. That's why we are here, so that because if we don't review these things, you'll not be able to do well in your practical. But you won't even understand what you are doing. But before we move, in this course, we are going the practicals. We look at emotions. The first one is emotion. We will look at emotions. We will look at lotions and liniment. I'm pointing out the topics, the practicals, topics under which we have the topics we do practicals on. Emotions, then lotions and liniments. We also look at creams. We look at ointments. I'm coming. So we look at emotions. We look at liniments. We look at lotions, okay? Then we look at creams. Look at ointments. Then we look at pastes. So these are the topics we are going to try as much as possible to do at least one practicals in each of them as our materials will permit us. Is that clear? But whether materials permit us or not, at least we know about we'll start from the alternative practicals. Try to know their theory of practice. Is that clear? So that whether material permit us or not, you know what it is. Is that clear? Very important. Okay, now. So let me go back to what I asked you about emotion. Oh yeah. So tell me about it, about the fixed oil. Examples of fixed oil. Number one is what?
Olive oil.
Fish oil.
Fish oil. Fish oil. That is called liver oil, right?
Yes.
Good. Another one. So we have arachis oil. It's also there. We have arachis oil. Then we have castor oil. Good. Then we have cod liver oil. So for mineral oil, this one we have our liquid paraffin. Liquid what? Paraffin is an example of mineral oil. Then we have volatile oil. Of course, we talk about volatile. Examples of volatile oil. Good. And what? Cinnamon is there, right? Good. I like that. So, when you are preparing, of course, you are not new to what emulsion is, right? We discussed it in the class. When I was teaching creams, I started with the emulsion, right? Before I now enter the what? Cream. So if you are formulating emulsion, it's very, very important. You form your what? You prepare your what? Primary what? Emulsion. Primary what? Emulsion. So if you prepare your primary emulsion, then you can now continue from there. So the most important thing now is, how do you now prepare your primary what? Emulsion. And now I don't know how many of you watched the video of the link I sent. Who watched it? Nobody watched it. It's okay. It's okay. Let me see how far I sent it. Okay, you were not in the class when it was the other group that I told about it. You just saw it in the group. But if you see something, even if you're not told anything, try. It's very important. I used to tell students, let me tell you something as a student in this era. As a student in this era, apart from money for your school fees, I'm telling you what will help you more. Understand whatever we are doing here. Apart from the money from your school fees, and your feeding money, order of what? Importance. School fees, feeding. The next is your what? Data. If you want to do well as a student, it's not data to be wasted on unnecessary things. Data to assess materials, be it audiovisuals, be it documents, to add to what you are doing in class. Like now, after this class now, you can say, okay, we talked about the emulsion. Okay, practical, how to prepare emulsion. You can go to YouTube and say, preparation of emulsion. You see pharmacists on YouTube doing it practical. How to prepare emulsion. Yes, it will take you the data. That's what I say. But that one, audiovisual is more powerful. In audiovisual, under 1 hour, you can learn what you will take you like 4 hours to read from a material. Are you aware? Yes. And anytime they wake you up, you can describe that. I'm not saying that you should not read, but it will help you more. You can check how to prepare emulsion. A lot of people did work on that. You can watch all those things. It will help you. Very important. So, if you see something like that, try to do what? Watch it. It will help you. So I dropped that video where I did some calculation on how to the ratio. In emulsion now, you have your gum, right? Is there? You have your oil, and we have what? Water, right? The gum we are talking about now is your emulsifying what? Agent, right? Yes. Now you have ratio of oil to water and what? Oil, water and what? Or aqueous phase and what? The gum. Look, any issue, are we together? The ratio you will use, the ratio of oil to water to gum, differ from one oil to what? Another. Are we together? It's not the same thing. Differ from one oil to what? Another. Let's assume you are using a fixed oil now. We have listed some examples of fixed oil. Let's assume you are using fixed oil. The ratio, if the oil you are using is fixed oil, the ratio of oil to water and gum should be 4:2:1. 4:2:1. The ratio of... Did it come with marker? Please, if there's marker, let me... Thank you. So we have oil, what? Water and what? Gum. Should be what? If it's what? Fixed what? Oil is should be what? 4:1. 1. Are we together? So if you don't follow this, you will have issues. You have a very, very serious issue doing compounding of your what? Formulation of your what? Primary what? Emulsion. Then for mineral oil, the ratio is 3:2:1. The ratio is what? 3:2:1 for mineral oil. Then for volatile oil, the ratio is 2:2:1. The ratio is what? 2:2:1. I'm surprised that you say that they did not teach you this, but it doesn't matter. Even if they did not teach you, I'll give you something now. I want to give you something. I'll give you like 10 minutes. Try to search. Try to figure out what you can do about that. Is that clear? Just let me see what you can do. I'll give you like 10 minutes. Just solve it. Let me see before I come in. Is that clear? Put down this. Put down this question. What quantities of oil, water and gum, what quantities of oil, water and gum will be required to produce 100 ml. Will be required to produce 100 ml of a 20% emulsion of a fixed oil. What quantities of oil, water and gum would be required to produce 100 ml of a 20% emulsion of a fixed oil? Your time starts now. Oh yes, let me see what you can. What are you doing? Is it GTB you're looking at? Hold your pen and solve that thing. Stop. Keep that phone. I don't want to see your phone. I gave you something. The first thing is your phone. Take your pen. Let me see what I can. I don't expect you to. You should get it to. But I'm not expecting you to be perfect. But I want you to do something. Please. Don't go to ChatGPT, please. Try and let's see what you can make out of it. I said what quantities of oil, water and gum will be required to produce 100 ml of a 20% emulsion of a fixed oil.
All right, so who has finished? Who has finished? At least I want one person to finish first. Waiting. At least one person. Can't even all of you here. At least one person should be able to tell me something. Because if none of you is able to say something, do you know what you are telling me? What you are telling me and what you are telling school as what you are telling me and what you are telling management is that the person that taught you emotion did not do anything. That's what you are saying indirectly. At least one person, let's assume that others forgot. At least one person should be able to say something. If not, then you are telling me that in fact you do not do emotion. True of us. That's what you are letting me know, and I don't want to accept that. So one person should be able to say something, even if you don't get the answer, at least come out and tell me something. Let me see what you did. It's very important. Do you want to talk to us?
No, sir.
Okay, let me see what you did. Talk to us. Just talk to us based on what you did.
Okay, based on what I did. Said fixed oil. So the question was what?
Come here.
Can guess what?
No, I want to see that you are guess what? No problem. Get marker. No marker here at all. This marker is not good. Okay. Oh yeah, sorry. Oh yeah. Tell us what you did. Please listen, please.
Said what quantities of oil, water, and gum will be required to produce 100 ml or 20% emulsion of the fixed oil.
Okay. Remember, we are preparing primary emulsion. Our focus now is to prepare the primary emulsion before any other thing. So, is that primary emulsion we are targeting? Is that clear? Oh yeah, do. Let me see.
So, and I said this is the ratio for oil, for water, and for gum.
For which oil?
For fixed oil now.
Okay.
So, and I assumed this 20% emulsion to be in mils, like 20 mils.
Okay, that one.
That is, if 4 mil is in, if 4 mil of oil is in 20 mils of emulsion, how many of 100 mils? Sorry, how many mil of oil will be in 100 mils? That's how I did my work.
Okay.
I don't know if it's correct.
Don't worry, just do your work first.
It was now 4 times 100 over 20. 20 means for oil.
Okay.
Then like that's how I did everything. So it's 2 mils of water. 2 mils of water is in 20 mils. X is in just 2 times. Then gum. don't know. I don't know. Gum is not in me now, so it's it's to disease
Okay. So what do you get? 5 grams.
That's how I did it. But I'm not sure if it's correct.
All right. Let's evaluate what she did. Did anybody do something different from what she did? Huh? Did anybody did something different from what she did? Huh? I'm listening. Anyway, you got the answer. You got the answer. But is the I need to the method you used look as if you just pass through and got the answer. There are some situations you see yourself, you'll not be able to get the same answer. Is that clear? So what I want to explain now, I will explain the right way to solve it so that you understand what is behind it. Is that clear? So that's what I want to do now. Are we together? Good. Now, you know, remember what I told you, that what determines the determinant is the nature of the type of oil you are using. Is that clear? That's the determinant, the type of oil you are using. So it's the oil that determines the type of oil determines the ratio you combine. Is that clear? So that means the culprit there, the principal thing there is what? The oil. Are we together? Now, you are told to read that question again. Yes. Now, fixed what? Oil what? Emulsion. That's where it got the name. Fixed oil emulsion. So that means everything revolves around this what? Fixed what? Oil. We are told 20% of 100 of what? 100 mil. Is that clear? We are told 20% of 100 mil. So in this case now, remember your farm calc. Remember your farm calc, right? We are talking about liquid in liquid now. I hope you know. Liquid in liquid. That means volume in volume, right? So which means 20 mil of the oil in 100 mil of the entire emulsion. That's the meaning. 20 mil of the fixed oil, because it's 20% volume in what? Volume. That means 20 mil of the fixed oil, right? In what? 100 mil of what? The entire what? Emulsion, not solution. Is that clear? That's the meaning of 20%. So that means in every 100 mil of that emulsion, there is 20 mil of the what? Oil. Is that clear? That's the meaning. So that means the volume of the oil is what? 20 mil. Confirmed. Is that clear? Now, but we are told that because since the oil is one that determines this ratio, so that means everything, and the ratio is 4:2:1. Is that clear? So what it implies
of normal unit for the oil here is in what? Mil. That for water is what? Mil. That for gum is what? Gram. Is that clear? So now if that is the case now, oil is what? Because oil is the nature of this oil now is what determines the ratio. So that means this 20, 40, because this 4 means 4 parts, right? Hope you know. This 2 means what? 2 parts, right? This 1 means what? 1 part. Is that clear? That's the meaning. Now, this 4 part, this total 4 part now give you that total volume of the oil, which is what? 20 ml. Because what determines what you are working with is what? The oil. So this 4th part is completion of that of the amount of oil, which is what? 20 ml. We have calculated it now. Then 2 parts of 4 parts is what? Half of 4 part, right? So that means 2 part of this is what? 10 ml. So 1 part of this 4 part is 1 into 4, right? Yes. So a part of it now. So a part of this 20 ml is what? 5, because 5 ml into 4 will give you what? 20 ml. So that's why. But the volume, the here is not volume we are working with now, right? Yes, sir. It's now, these ones are packed by volume, but when it comes to gum, it becomes packed by what? Weight. So packed by weight for gum is what? 5 what? Gram. Is that clear? 5 gram. 5 gram. Exactly. So the respective amounts of the oil, water, and the gum we need is what? 20 ml, 10 ml, and what? 5 gram. Is that clear? Any question? Ask. Ask. Any question? Ask. What she did, she got the answer, but there's how the question will be twisted. If you go there, you run into what? Problem. Let's assume sometimes what you see here may not be 100 mil. Are we together? Sometimes what you see may not be 100 mil. So it's better to understand where it came from, so that in case they tweet the question, you know how to go about it. Are we together? Now let me see. I know why I'm doing this, so that when you start the main practical, especially when we go into emotion, you do not run into issue trying to do 1 or 2 calculations. Let me see if there's another one. I believe by now you should be able to solve.
That if not solve it.
I did not do what?
Like the solving.
Solving.
Get the oil, we should be able to get water and gum just like that.
I've solved already now.
Just like that. Okay, sir, give us another question.
She said I didn't solve it. So this is I was explaining here. Okay, I'll pick back and start D for like performance on the board for you before you know I've solved it. So all the others I was explaining here, where was your mind? You not follow what I was doing here. Okay, let me understand. Okay, you don't understand what I did.
We understand what you did.
So what's the issue?
You said if another question comes and you twist it, that this method will not work, that will be confused. So this method that you did now is understandable. But what I'm asking is that, so once we just get for oil, we just do 2 parts and 1 part, then we get for water and gum.
Straight.
Just like that.
Straight.
Okay.
For this oil.
For only this fixed oil.
Yes, now. I gave you ratios now.
Okay, yes. Another question, sir. Let's try it.
Okay. What's smell like this?
It's mentioned that
Okay. Okay, let me get another question. you know how to prepare chloroform water now, double strength, single strength, right? Good. I'm coming. Let me look for a question. Are you done? Is it difficult? Yes, I like that. That is what it should be. So you learn it, you know it. If you know it now, you've known it forever. True of us. It's very important you know this thing. In fact, if you tell somebody that anybody you tell them that you did the emotion as a practical, that's the first place they will go. Let's say now you go for an interview and say that you did the emotion practical in your school. The first place, the first place the person will go is this thing. Once you don't know this thing, you not do emotion. You not do emotion.
Are we going to make use of that ratio you gave to us?
Yes. All right. Our time has elapsed too. Oh yeah. Let me see what you did. Who solved this? Let me see what you did. Let me see what you did. Let me come closer and see what I've been doing since. Let me see your own. Let me see your own.
So I cancel it.
You cancel? Why do you cancel?
It's not correct. I want to do it again.
How do you know that it's not correct? Be confident in yourself. Be confident. How did you know that it's not correct? Who solved? Sorry. Tell me what you did now. You are laughing.
Exactly what you did. I did 30 times 200 and I got 16 Then in oil, in a water, 2 parts is 30. Oil, 1 part 50.
Let me see your own. Look, I should be crying. Let me see your own. You're not done. Let me see your own. Okay. Okay, let me. You only just to solve it. I should solve it. Solve it. I want people that face challenges. Okay, look up. Are we together? Yes, look up. The question says, cod liver oil, 30% volume in volume emulsion, 200 ml. So the formula says that is what they asked us to produce, right? Then the formula, cod liver oil BP 30 ml, acacia BP sufficient quantity. They didn't mention the quantity, right? Double strength chloroform water BP 50 ml. Freshly boiled and cooled purified water 200 ml. Calculate the amount of the oil and gum required to produce the primary emulsion. Of course, you know we have 2 methods of emulsion preparation, right? We have the wet method and the what? Dry method, right? Who knows how to cook egusi soup here? Yes. Look at. If you know how to cook egusi soup is an emotion. Are you aware? It's an emotion in a way. Yes. The same way we have 2 methods of preparing emulsion. We have 2 methods of preparing egusi soup. We have the wet method and the dry method. You know, okay, let's go back to your kitchen now. If you want to prepare egusi soup, right? You may first of all get the oil, right? in the pot, right? Then add your grounded egusi now. You have already grounded, right? Then mix them, right? Mix them well before you now start pouring anything water, right? Right? That one day. Then you can also put the water, add the egusi, right? Turn before you add what? Oil, right?
Yes.
That one is wet method. The first one is what? Dry method. The one you mix the oil and the egusi first, while on fire, before you now add oil. So egusi is emulsifying the oil and water. Egusi is emulsifying the oil and water. That's why if you cook a good egusi soup, oil should not be floating on top of it. If you cook egusi soup well, oil should not be floating. If you see egusi soup that they cooked well, that formed a very good emulsion, oil can never float. If you see it, you will see oil. What we're seeing is yellow. True of us, if you see it. So let's come down to now. Let's go to pharmaceutical now. So the same way, you can mix the what? The oil and the gum first. Before you now add what? Water. Or water and gum. Before you add what? Oil. The acacia gum there is acting as a what? Emulsifying agent. All together, emulsifying agent. So the oil here is called liver oil BP. The gum is the acacia BP is the emulsifying agent. You are using the durable soy chloroform water as the water now. Is that clear? As the water, as the water. Then you use this freshly one to do what? Make it up. All together. Now, I've laid the foundation of what we are doing now, right? So now, the person I said, remember that. Are you aware that if you are preparing a egusi soup, you first of all, the water you pour first when you are mixing. Let you mix egusi, oil and egusi first, right? You pour now water, right? Is it all the water you are using in the soup? Maybe the water from the meat you boiled, right? Is it all of them you pour at once? You first of all mix them first. Mix egusi, oil, egusi, and the whatever first, depending on the method that you are using first. Before you now start pouring water, final, right? That first one you prepared is synonymous to what? Primary what? Emulsion. Does it make sense? Am I bringing it home now? Now, so our target now is to determine the amount of gum, because this thing now is the total. Because we pour all the oil at once, right? Good. But we not pour the whole water at once. The same way you put the oil you need first, but not all the water you need you put first, right? Now, the same way now we are going to do calculation of depending on the type of oil we are using, which is a fixed oil. We now determine the amount of gum we need. Before we now start determining the exact amount of water we need for the primary emulsion. Before we now start pouring whatever we are pouring at the end of the whole thing to get the required volume. Now, so based on that, now let's go back to what we have. This is fixed oil, right? So because it's fixed oil, the amount is what? The ratio of oil to gum is 4:2 to 1. Oil to gum to water, right? Good. Now, be very, very careful in this type of formula. Be very, very careful. Can someone tell me what we should do first in this formula? Look at it. Tell me, should we start solving straight? This is the master formula. This is the master formula. You know what a master formula is? maybe the formula given in the official book or in the let's just use official book, meaning that this is the amount for 100 mil. This is the amount for what? 100 mil, right? We are told to produce what? 200 mil. Is that clear? Because we are told to produce 200 mil, but this formula is formula for 100 mil. So what are we going to do to this formula to be able to achieve 200 mil? In your farm calc, second year, first semester, did you do enlargement and the reduction of formula? You did not. Wow. So how did you do your practical when the amount you are going to produce is more than the amount you have in your formula? What do? You enlarge the formula. Here now we are producing 200 mil, but the amount in the formula is for what? 100 mil. Look at it, because you make it up to what? 100 mil. Is that clear? So the amount of this emulsion as per the formula is what? 100 mil. But we are asked to produce what? 200 mil. Is that clear? Is that clear? Good. So if that is the case, if that is the case, what do we do to this formula? This master formula, we enlarge it, right?
Yes,
so how do we enlarge it? There are many ways of enlarging formula. There are many ways of enlarging formula. We are producing 200 mil, but what we are giving is what? 100 mil in the formula. So we just let's just use factor method straight and go away. We divide the amount we want to produce. Sorry, the amount we were given, right?
Yes,
right? By what? Sorry, we divide the amount we want to produce by the amount we were given, right?
Yes, sir.
To get a factor. We now use it to multiply everything. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Is that clear? That's how we can work on it. So 200 divided by 100 is what? 2. 2, right? So we use 2 to multiply everything here. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So this will give us 2 times 60 is what?
2 times 3.
That is what? 60 mil, right?
Yes, sir.
Here we don't know. Here is what? And here is what? So everything now is to what? 200 mil. This step, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, but the questions, we are asked to produce 30 mil, 30% of what? Inside this 200 mil now, 30% of it is what? Is what? Is what? You say 30% of what? Emulsion. So that means
60.
is it the same 60 mil?
Yes, 60. 30 over 100 times.
Is this right?
Yes.
Please be careful. Be very, very careful. Do you know why I say you should be very, very careful? Do you know why these two things rhymed? Because we are giving 30 mil here. Is that clear? That's why it looks as if it's something. For you to know the exact amount of oil to start with, please, you must do this calculation. Is that clear? Is that clear? Which is sometimes it can rhyme, sometimes it may not rhyme. Is that clear? Who is lost? Nobody. So let's continue. So 30% of 200 mil is what? 60 mil. So the amount of oil we need is what? For the primary emulsion is what? 60 mil. Is that clear? So let's go. That means that 60 mil, for those that ask me question the other time, please look up again. We have 4:2 is to what? 1, right? So 4 parts. This is 4 parts, right? So 4 parts, the complete part is what? 60 mil. Because you are working with everything depends on the nature of the oil. So 4 parts is 60 mil. If 4 parts is 60 mil, 1 part in that 60 mil is how many mil? Just divide 60 mil by 4. 15 mil. So 1 part is what? 15 mil, right? So 4 parts is 60 mil, right? Right? 4 parts by volume is 60 mil. So 2 parts by volume is now, if 1 part by volume is 15 mil, 2 parts by volume is how many mil? For oil is what? For water, right? Is what? 30 mil. Then 1 part by weight for gum is what? 15 what? 15 gram. Is it clear? 15 gram. Is it clear? Good. Is it clear? What is the issue?
This 60, 30, I don't understand that one.
Parts. 4 part of you is dividing you into 4. So 4 part of 60 mil is dividing 60 into 4. A part is how many mil now? 15 mil now. So 4 part is 60 mil by volume. We are measuring in volume for. So 2 part is how many mil? In volume for water. Then 1 part is how many gram for gum? 15 gram. Is it clear now? Is it clear now? So what we need to prepare primary emulsion is 60 mil of the what? Cod liver oil. 30 mil of what? Of what? Chloroform water, right? Double strength. And 15 gram of what? Of acacia gum. Remember, you are the one to prepare the chloroform water by yourself. Remember. That's why I ask you, do you know how to prepare 100 mil of what? Do you know how to prepare double strength chloroform water? You said yes. We don't have time again. I have class by 3 p.m. So I'm trying to run off so I have online class with another group of students. So I'm trying to. We have even. It's even almost 3 o'clock, sir. 9 minutes to 3. So, are you sure you know how to prepare double strength chloroform water?
No, sir.
Hey, wahala. Okay, it's okay, no problem. You prepared it in your practical. So now, take this before we conclude. No, let me just tell you. You've seen how to do what? Do this, prepare this. So the answer, answer say I didn't ask you to prepare it. I just ask you to the amount we need, right? Good. So the first thing that to do now, whether you are working with double strength, using the general method we normally use is what? Wet what? Method. Is it wet or dry method we use generally? It's wet method generally. Commonly used is what? Wet what? Method. So if you are using wet method now, all you need to do is just this one now, this acacia gum now, you weigh this amount. Remember, the total amount of chloroform water is 100 ml. Remember. So you prepare 100 ml chloroform, double strength chloroform water. Write down assignment. Show in detail both the calculation and whatever involved in. So describe how you can prepare 100 ml. How you can prepare double strength chloroform water BP 100 ml. Describe how you can prepare double strength chloroform water 100 ml. Is that clear? Yes. So you do it as an assignment. I will see in our next class. So here now I will assume that you have prepared I will assume that you have already prepared the 100 ml what? Chloroform water. Is that clear? 100 ml chloroform water. 100 ml double strength chloroform water. I would assume that you have prepared the 100 ml double strength what? Chloroform water. But you're not pouring everything. If you pour the 100 ml here, you will mess up. You will mess the whole thing up. What I'm going to use to prepare the primary emulsion is what? 30 ml chloroform water. Is that clear? So here now, you get 15 gram of the what? Of the what? Acacia gum, right? in your mortar. Pulverize it, then add this 30 ml of chloroform water, then mix it. Is that clear? When you are done, you now add what? And now keep stirring in one direction until you hear a cracking sound. Until you hear a crack, you have to hear a cracking sound before you know that your primary emulsion is set. You hear the crack sound in the what? Mortar. When you are done with that, you stop. By then, of course, you start seeing it will turn to white. Is that clear? But you hear the sound. If you hear the sound, you stop. Then, when that one is done now, you will now make it up to what? First of all, pour some chloroform water from this 100 ml. Remember, from here you taking 30 ml, right? Then you pour enough from this 100 ml. You pour gradually, space some amount of the chloroform water until it becomes pourable. You know when something is pourable. You know that one you did is thick. If you now pour some amount of chloroform water, it will become what? Pourable. Then, if you know that if it has become pourable now, that is when you can now transfer it to the container. Is exactly. Of course, you have already marked your what? Container. You have marked your container. Then you use the remaining, pour some amounts from that remaining chloroform water. Wash up the what is it called? The remaining chloroform water. You now pour the remaining chloroform water. Then it will not be up to the 200 ml. You will now, of course, you have rinsed your container, the water with the purified water now. Pour. Then you now gradually make it up to 200 ml with purified water. You have prepared your what? Emulsion. Is that clear? Called liver oil, 30% emulsion. Is that clear? So what I want you to do now, describe how you have done it. So you did it. I saw it here. You did it. So that thing you did, I want you to show me that thing you did. Describe it in your notebook. In your next class, you come out here and tell me how to prepare 100 ml of double strength chloroform water. Are we good?
Yes.
So this is how we'll be doing each of the topics gradually until when we are set for the practicals, so that we can even one day do as many as possible, because you've known it. Are we together? Yes. It's not just to gather here. You be doing what you don't know. You need to understand it first, so that we should start it. We are ready to. All right. Thank you very much. Please write attendance now. Write it and give me. Hello. Give me. All right. Thank you very much. God bless you.